Hi there, I'm the Divine Miss Mikki, and you can welcome today my beautiful boy Leo, who's going to join us on the video. Bit of a serious talk. Well, a lot of them have been pretty serious, haven't they? But I think this is actually pretty important because we seem to live in a world where there's a lot of focus on money and all these rich people, and some of them are just behaving poorly. Look, we all know the saying, money is the root of all evil. And I used to sort of go, well, yeah, it just seems to bring a lot of harm and that. And now I realise it's not money. So let's have a look. What is money? Dollars, cents, pounds, shillings, rupees, euros, whatever. It's actually all a form of energy under the name of currency. So you exchange money for goods, for services. So it's part of an energy exchange. That is the power of money, in that it is a form of energy exchange. Does it have power? Only in the form of an energy exchange. That's it. What happens is that people choose to use money as a form of power, and therefore it's not the money itself that is the root of all evil. It's the perspective of money. It's how money is viewed by some who have a fear of not having enough. Because that's actually what greed is. Greed is a fear of just not having enough. I've got to grab more and more and more, because if I don't keep grabbing, it's all going to go and I'll have nothing, and I need to have all this in order to feel superior, to feel good, to be someone special. And yeah, no. Actually, many, many years ago, I knew a millionaire in Sydney. This is in Australia, because I am Australian, if you haven't guessed by now. And I was actually getting funds for a fringe movie that I was part of. That's in one of my other lives. And I made friends with this fellow. And the thing I learned from that is that money does not buy happiness. He had a lot of people around him, and he never knew who was genuine. He never had people that he considered genuine friends. So he would buy people to keep people around him. And it showed in his body, because he had a physically twisted body. And yet it wasn't that he was a bad person. He'd just become bitter, and it was the focus on having money and accumulating more and using that money to control people. And it doesn't really work. It doesn't buy you happiness. It can buy you a lot of good stuff. You can help a lot of people with money. There's a positive with money. If we have so much homelessness in the world, it's not just here in Australia. It seems that it's quite uniform globally. There is a lot of homelessness for various reasons. Rents, I know in Australia, are incredibly high in places, and that's even out bush. Not all places, but there's a lot. And cities are just ridiculous. And I've been hearing that about parts in the US. And you know, life gets tough. sometimes we have to adjust. And you know, there's ways to adjust. I know what it's like. So we can look at money as a way to get us out of problems. But does it really? Sure, it could buy you that house. Is that money going to stop the house from falling down or be taken by a cyclone or tornado or hurricane or earthquake, landslide? No. Does that money make us feel superior? Only if we're feeling inadequate. And so we need to have all these things to make us feel better. So, how do we stop money from being the root of all evil? Change our perspective. Look at it differently. I'm sure that there's other places in the world that have this, but here in Australia we have something called the LETS program, which is Local Energy Trading System. And it's basically, you have, instead of money, although sometimes money does change hands, you have particular symbols. It's a different currency. It's still a form, but it's like a form of bartering, but with an energy. So to explain Let's program, you've got Joe over here, and Joe is a mechanic. He's a really, really good mechanic. And then you've got Sarah over here. Now, she makes a lot of soaps and she makes a lot of natural products. And Joe likes that. And then you've got Anne over the other side. Now, she's a great cook. She is brilliant. Now, Anne needs a mechanic. And Joe needs some natural products. So what happens is that Joe does the mechanical work for Anne, and it's paid in this certain currency. And it's not like you take it out of your purse and you give it. It all is sort of done via an earning system, so it's sort of like goes on like a bank sort of thing. It's hard to explain. But let's say the currency is shells. And at one stage in history, shells was a form of currency. So we'll say it's shells. So for the work that Joe's done for Anne, he gets 200 shells from Anne. Now, over here, he's got, I've forgotten what name I gave her. There you go. There's my quokka moment. But anyway, one over here who does the natural products. I remember that part. Anyway, Joe wants some natural products. So he's ordered $150, well, 150 shells worth of her products. So he gets that 150 from the 200 he got from Anne, and it goes to her. And this just spreads out through. And so you are exchanging your skills with each other using a different form of currency. And it works. It actually works. And everyone's got something they can offer. So that takes away power and starts having community. So there's a different perspective on money. So, is it the root of all evil? No. Is the way some people choose to look at money a form of evil? I don't tend to like using that word, but yeah, a form of evil. Yes. So it's not the money that's the problem, it's the way some view money and their need to have more and more and more and not give anything back. I mean, when you look at the problems that are in the world, the homeless, the poor, the of people starving in that. And there are so many rich people. Why are they not helping? Well, some do. Some do help. But some, they choose not to. So that's something for you to think about next time you think about money and it being a bad thing, because money can help a lot of people. It's just whether people want to use that money to help a lot of people. And that's the way I view it. So, anyway, as usual, I a bit of itchy nose. I got a quote. I'm just trying to remember which one it was. I think it was. I think we'll do this one. No, it was this one, yeah. Anyway, I had it all worked out. So anyway, again from this book, I was trying to find through all my books something that was right, and I kept being drawn back to this. So anyway, this is by someone called Dennis, what's that, Wakely. I've got really bad light in here at the moment. Anyway, it seems that you are happy and successful in life if you are doing your thing. You know specifically what your thing is, and that which you are doing earns you the respect of other people, because what you are doing benefits other people as well as yourself. Well, there you go. Let's have a look at that. It seems that you are happy and successful in life if you are doing your thing, so doing what you love. Know specifically what your thing is, so doing what you love and knowing what you're doing with what you love. And that which you are doing earns you the respect of other people. Not that you need respect of other people, because it's about respecting yourself, but it sure does help. Because what you are doing benefits other people as well as yourself. So it's basically, if what you're doing helps others, it's okay to earn respect as well as earn an income. If it's helping, if it's doing good, and that there's many forms of that, but that's again the energy exchange. So that was quite relevant. Now I was trying to think what tarot deck would suit a question about money. And I just kept being drawn to, of course, the Light Seers, which I love this deck. And I got told 2 cards. And when I saw them, I was like, wow, these are really deep, dark. But then I looked, no, because they make sense. So we got the 3 of Swords. That's the heartbreak. Just heartbreaking, things tearing you apart. Let's have a look what happens with money and the view of money and the lack of money, or being controlled by money, how it literally can break hearts and people do bad things through lack of money. We don't have to, but some choose to because they're just so fearful, they're scared, they're struggling, and it just creates more heartbreak. But then we have the 7 of Swords. Now the 7 of Swords is we can choose another path. We can choose a different way to escape, to remove ourselves from the heartache. We can put the heartache behind us and move away from what is causing us trouble. We just have to make the move. We just have to make the choice. I thought, wow, really, really deep. And then, there's going to the other side. Then I went to a deck that I haven't actually used for a while, but this is really beautiful. Tony Carmini Salerno anyway, the Gaia deck. I love these. They are the artwork is absolutely awesome. So, and I got told to pick 3 cards. I thought, okay. And again, it was very interesting because it gave the dark side and then gave a choice. So we started with the temptress. This is being tempted, and we know that the perception of money and what it can do can make people be tempted to do things that are not good. I was just talking about that before. So we have the temptress, and you could be seduced into ways that are not positive because of wanting to have more money. And that leaves us on a search because we're feeling lost. We don't know what we're doing, where we're going. We just feel like, we're trying to find something, we're not getting there. And so we try and get more money, and we try and work harder and try and do more so that we can have more money, so that we can not feel lost. And yet we still feel lost. We can have all the material things around, but, we get tempted. We get tempted to have all these material things. But it doesn't seem to do us that much good on the inside. So, how do we get around that? And this is beautiful. This is Moonlight Goddess. And this is about reflecting. Reflection. Reflection brings healing. We can make that choice to let go of the fear, to allow the energy in, and to do positive things with that energy. So therefore, it comes down to, does money have power? No. Do people use money to have power? Yes. Can we choose a different way? Yes. Do we all do that? I think it shows just in world events, looking at it. Some don't choose that. But we can leave that as their problem. We don't have to follow that. We don't have to get angry. We don't have to do all that. We can just choose a better way. And that's what life is about. Your choices. You have free will. And then good things come. You may not have all the riches in the world, but if you feel rich in yourself, that's what matters. That is true wealth. So anyway, I'll leave you with that. I'll see you next time.